Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Basham, Yahweh Shai, Basham Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles, salute to you, brothers, teaching word and sincerity and in truth. Real quick, man. I'm going to read 2nd Ezra 9. Before I do that, what I'm going to do here is bring this information out. And this is, let's say, December 13th. So about 2 weeks ago. And it says Scottish Holmes face blackouts as winter power cut looms. So let's read into this because this the 2nd Ezra 9 will make sense when we read this here. It says thousands of homes in Scotland have been hit by blackouts following sub-zero temperatures and significant snowfall, as UK Power Networks urges people to prepare for possible power cuts this winter. And we did a video on the blackout charts that they got, saying that they're going to rotate towns and just, randomly just, you'll have a chart, and if on Wednesday for your town, your whole town will be blacked out, no power in your town. Or they say on a Tuesday, to his town, say Manchester or something, that town will be blacked out. Friday, let's say, Liverpool or something blacked out. Saturday, London blacked out, whatever. So and then they got the times for it. So that's why it says, as UK Power Networks urges people to prepare possible power cuts this winter. And then what I want to do before I go into this, let me read the scripture here to show you that. See, this is the Lord doing this, because it's part of judgment which the Lord did blackouts in ancient Egypt. So the Lord's putting the spirit on these devils to do this, because we're in the time of judgment. He said, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, when thou seest part of the signs past, which I've told thee before. So we're supposed to measure the times, man. We're in the end. That's why all this stuff, you're seeing Putin, you're seeing North Korea, you're seeing Iran, you're seeing certain things happening, to do with war, Russia, Ukraine, because there is going to be a third world war. It's in the scriptures. And, that's why you're seeing these things happen, because that's the time we're in, the time of the Lord judging the planet Earth. So certain things are happening. It says, then thou shalt understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So the Lord is gonna visit, and is visiting the planet now. You had the whole thing that happened up there in Buffalo, up there in America. People were dying from that snow. They had this legendary snow, just worded like that out there. And people were dying, people were getting bodies and all that. But so there's stuff happening around the globe here, where people are dying, man. It says the temperature at Braemar, okay, I don't know if I'm saying it right, the Scottish figure way, to say, pronounce stuff, as opposed to, the English. So in Aberdeenshire dropped to minus 17.3 degrees Celsius, man. Overnight, making it the coldest place in the UK for the second night in a row. So that's damn cold. So imagine it being that damn cold and you ain't got no power. Okay. This is in Shetland. Thousands of homes are still left without power following significant snowfall, although power has been restored to more than 2,500 properties. Okay. Some 3,800 homes in Vol, Welsay, Bray, Tumblin, Yell, and Unst are still not connected. Scottish and Southern electricity networks have said, warning that it may take until the end of the week to restore power due to the extent of damage, significant travel restrictions, and continued issues accessing fault locations. So people are getting messed up, man. This is 2 weeks ago when they were saying how, pretty much, you're gonna get your power back at the end of the week. So that's part of the Lord visiting the earth, which He made, because a lot of people are getting messed up, man. And you can't, you can't call on the government, man. Let's get that. You're trying to call on government. Government ain't doing a damn thing. Matter of fact, if you want to get technical with it, it's government that's shutting off your power. And this is Isaiah 30:1. Woe to the rebellious children, because you got a lot of Scottish, Irish, Israelites any damn way. Celtic peoples and whatnot, and just Israelites. Up in them lands, man. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. So, using calling on the name of the Lord, Yahweh, which that's what that word is. You really rather go into other philosophies and things of that nature. So, that's why these things happen. He says that walk to go down into Egypt, and I'm not asked at my mouth. And pretty much he says that they made that walk to go down to Egypt. This is the modern day Egypt, America. But the whole system is under that. And it says, I've not asked at my mouth. So we're talking about this beast system here. Different countries, that you're like, you got NATO, and they got a pact, to if anybody attacks any one of them, they gotta get that person. It's just the strength of themselves and the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. And this is the modern day Egypt. We've done videos on that. We do more videos on that, because you cannot tell me that the Washington Monument it's an Egyptian obelisk. Why the hell is that there then? Amongst many mysterious Egyptian monuments in all these different countries. Why are they there? Because this is the modern day Egypt. And the trust in Egypt. And you people trust in Egypt, which is your modern day. It says to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh. That's why it says, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be a shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt be a confusion. So here it is, you're saying, well, you know what? The grid's gone down, so we're going to trust in the government, man. When the government is the one turning them grids off. And you know what, matter of fact, they told you that they're going to turn them grids off. They said it. The UK grid said it. And then then they started blaming it on or there was a line that got attacked or it got faulted or whatever. Come on. UK Power Networks, which maintains electricity networks across London, the southeast and east of England, has encouraged people to prepare a personal power cut plan this winter. So they're telling you. They've encouraged people to prepare a personal power cut. So here it is, there's all of a sudden the power cuts. Oh, it's Ukraine. Oh, it's this, oh, it's that. But then they're actually coming out and telling you now, you know what, no, we're planning power cuts. So which one is it? Well, National Grid ESO view remains that there will be adequate electricity supplies across the UK this winter. UKPN warned that power cuts can still occur due to a range of reasons, including national energy issues. So they're making it broad. So basically, if the grid goes down, or it could just be anything, even though they're telling you that it's them that's going to be doing it. So yeah, so that's why a lot of you are blind individuals, man, because here it is. You know, the ESO, the government is, you know, the powers up there are just toying with the people, man. And killing people. Okay, which ultimately we know is the Most High judging, this pagan system, because the system is pagan, man. I did a search. I said, is Christmas pagan or something? And it had all sorts of information come up. You didn't even have to dig. I was watching this Irish news chat. It was like a YouTube channel, and I randomly found it, man. And they were going into the pagan roots of it was just a talk show, and they were talking about the Yule log and the pagan roots of But then one of the Irish hosts tried to flip it and go, oh no, but it was already said. The person was in on something. Because they were talking about a lot of the pagan, this is pagan in there, the Yule logs from, I can't remember what she was saying, Scandinavian, they were doing this, doing that. And then the host kind of, flipped it. In May, ministers were warned that millions of UK households could face blackouts this winter, with energy rationing plans being drawn up. But in a bid to calm fears, former Chancellor Nadhim Zahawi said in October that it is extremely unlikely that such plans will be enforced. So are you gonna listen to Nadhim Zahawi, man? Or are you gonna be spiritual and deal with what's already happening? This is all it ain't gonna happen. It's happening. See, that's why the scripture says never trust your enemy, right? Let's get that. Because he's gonna say one thing. How the hell is he gonna say, oh yeah, by the way, he's gonna sit there and say, oh, by the way, let me see what I'm trying to look for here. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's not what I want. But this is a good one. Accept no person against thy soul, and let not the reverence of any man cause thee to fall. But yet accept no person against thy soul. If this person just going off and chatting shit like these politicians, you don't accept these dudes, man. And another thing, the scriptures tells you to not put a king over yourself that's not of your people. Okay. If I can get this. Okay, Ecclesiastes 12:10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Straight to the point. So let's let's read on. The energy industry has well established procedures in place if there is ever a national energy shortage. Yeah, like them up there that were freezing their ass off. As well as planned energy power cuts, power sharing rotas could be imposed that would see 3-hour power cuts being instituted in different areas. These measures are all considered to be last resort efforts that will only be implemented once National Grid ESO has exhausted all other options. Distribution network operators could be instructed to disconnect power supplies under the Electricity Supply Emergency Code. So now we've got Ian Cameron. So all these people, and they're coming out making these statements. Well, people are freezing to death. So people should be asking questions. Well, what the hell are you talking about, man? But that's not going to happen, is it? UKPN Director of Customer Service Ian Cameron said, a national power emergency is unlikely. But if it was to happen, we want to reassure our customers that we are here to help. A national power emergency is unlikely. So this is where this is why you can't trust these people. So I ain't gonna read it. I don't think I'm gonna read any more of this because that's where we read the scripture. Never trust your enemy. Yeah, what the bottom advice is. UKPN advises keep a mobile phone fully charged so that it can be used to go online during a power cut. It also suggests keeping a torch handy, stocking up on warm clothes and blankets, storing food which doesn't need eating. So remember, you got that saying, the dark winters, man. Well, there's gonna be a lot of these dark winters going on. So just expect more. So there's been a whole bunch of power cuts going on in different parts of Scotland, man, and and England as well. Scotland's been getting it. So you know, and like I said, look what just happened in America. So this stuff is going down. It's going down. The prophecy and stuff like that. All right. So with that, anyway, I'm gonna say shalom, man.